Hey guys, we have lots of Mars activations going on in the energetic field today. We could be kind of like amped up, hyped up, fired up, ready to do something, to take some action, to make something happen, specifically maybe a choice or a decision about something. There could be some heated conversations, arguments, debates, dialogues going on today as well. We have the sun coming into a trine with Mars. It's not exact. This energy is going to be building over the next couple days. But today we also have the moon in Aries, which is ruled by Mars, which is activating this Mars energy as well. So really, both luminaries are hitting Mars today and activating this Mars energy. We are also in this very fated window period right now, you guys. Themes of destiny, themes of karma, the past and the future. Closure, reconciliation, things being resolved and wrapped up, and brand new beginnings, changing course, turning points, going in a whole new direction, all of this type of stuff, and more in our energy for today, you guys. Let's get into our chart. Let's look at how this energy is coming together for us today and what it might mean for us in our experience on the ground. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today is Thursday, January 26th, 2023. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. If you stick with me until the end of the report, I have also done a collective tarot reading for us today because I like to tap the energy field from more than one modality, just so that we can look at a couple different angles of how things are coming together and get a better, more well-rounded overview of our energetic thumbprint on any given day. But we're going to start with the astrology. We always start with the astrology, and the astrology today, we could be feeling the burn, you guys. There is a very strong Mars influence going on. Like I said, we could be feeling a bit like fired up. We could be feeling the fire starting to be lit or kind of like burning within us. Things moving and divine alignment. These are sort of the themes of the energy today, is just this fired up, motivated feeling that we may be having to pursue something, to take some action. Of course, with Mars in the sign of Gemini right now, this could also be to like regarding like deals or transactions or conversations, negotiations, choices, decisions, all of those Gemini transactions, like these more Gemini oriented type stuff, news, information, media, social media headlines. Like, this is where the fire is more likely to be geared right now, but we're feeling motivated, you guys. And also right now with Jupiter in the sign of Aries simultaneously also in a sextile to the sun right now, which we had this exact alignment a couple of days ago. This is instilling a sense of faith and trust and belief in whatever we're working towards, whatever we're putting our energy into, whatever we are in a process of like in the initial phases of like starting to grow or starting to develop or starting to cultivate. This is being supported by Jupiter's influence right now, and successful outcomes are very indicated in terms of, you know, where we are following our passions essentially, and where we are having the courage to take a risk to follow our passions. But in terms of this energy today, these passions are really might be like sort of what's running the show for us. But there's this aspect of divine alignment that is really coming into play with things as well, because not only do we have Mars very activated today, but we also have the nodes of the moon very activated today. And actually this energy that we're talking about today is going to be growing, building, and developing over the course of the next couple of days. So this is sort of the incoming energy and the wave that we are riding now, and it's kind of going to be developing and carrying us through the weekend. And that is this enhanced Mars energy with the sun building into the trine with Mars, and also simultaneously, because of the sun's position in early Aquarius right now, there's a couple different things playing out in the dynamics. First of all, of course, like we said, the sun is going to be forming this trine to Mars in Gemini, air sign trine between the sun and Mars over this next couple of days. But also remember, the nodes right now, the north and the south nodes of the moon, are in fixed signs also. Aquarius is another fixed sign, Taurus and Scorpio, and they are currently at 9 degrees, I believe. Yes, 9 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio. Mars is at 10 degrees of Gemini. So while the sun is building into the trine with Mars, and we're getting this inspiration to make these choices, to take this action, to pursue this passion in alignment with the sun in Aquarius, right? This is what it is that really vibes with us. And this is like our authentic like truth, like what's like being real with ourselves, and, you know, what we've discovered about ourselves, and like what we are inspired to, where we're inspired to essentially kind of like take that at this point in time. That's really where a lot of the focus is lying. But simultaneously, this is happening according to some divine alignments and like a higher plan that is orchestrating things and like a blueprint, a divine blueprint, a cosmic blueprint that is playing out, because the sun is also coming into a square with the nodes this week. We'll be forming a T-square, fixed signs with the nodes, the north and the south nodes of the moon, you guys. The north node, this is the destiny point. This is the next phase of growth. This is the lesson plan. This is where we're sort of being like compulsively like urged and pulled magnetically towards, without us even necessarily being aware that that's happening. While the south node, this is karma, this is the past, this is where we're coming from, this is our experience, this is what we are very good at, very familiar with, very comfortable with, but is blocking our trajectory of growth. But as long as we're attached to it, is keeping us out of the next phase that we're supposed to go in, the next phase of evolution that is in alignment with our path currently. We're talking about the nodes in the signs of Taurus and Scorpio, south node in the sign of Scorpio. This is a karmic detox. This is about healing and regenerating on some very deep levels that simultaneously helps us to purge any toxic attachments we have to things that have caused us to surrender our power out of any lack of recognition of value or worth or potential within us. Whereas the North Node in Taurus, this is all about learning to discover and cultivate that value and that potential. And through that process, discovering what we can build with it, what we can grow with it, and the abundance and the comfort materially that can produce in our physical, tangible world. So when we're dealing with the nodes transiting Scorpio and Taurus, this really is about detachment from deeply ingrained psychological patterns that have been keeping us from recognizing the truth of our value out of fear of loss, essentially. When we're moving into the Taurus and the North Node and Taurus vibe, this is the rediscovery of that value, of that worth, of that wealth, of that potential, and in the context of knowing how to utilize it to create that internal environment externally. Taurus, the sign of the builder, the sign of blooming and things growing in physical material beauty. So when we're dealing with this axis, like that is sort of the trajectory of growth. Like that is the journey that we are on. We are overcoming our lower nature. We are detaching from the things that have caused us to surrender our power. We are rediscovering our potential. We are rediscovering our value, and we are learning to put that to practical use to grow something beautiful for ourselves in our lives, physically, tangibly, materially, in the 3D world. Taurus being this earth sign, right? And ruled by Venus. Now, when we're talking about the sun coming into the square with this dynamic, the sun is what? This is like our spirit. This is our consciousness. This is the life force energy that makes us grow and that makes us thrive in this reality. And then we're talking about a T-square, right? The sun, the nodes of the moon in these fixed signs. This is about breaking through resistances that have kept us attached to those Scorpio themes, the things that have been keeping us from recognizing our power and going through this trajectory of growth, okay? And Aquarius, of course, also rules the future, and it rules potential. And so we are rediscovering our value, we are rediscovering our inner potential, and we are detaching ourselves from that which has blocked us from going through this phase of growth in alignment with our authentic truth, with the sun being Aquarius at this point in time as well. And this T-square, these fixed signs, this is breaking through the resistance. This is another opportunity for us to really like shed our own skin, essentially. And it's not only that the sun is aspecting the nodes, we are also in this window right now where Mercury, the messenger planet, and our mind, our thoughts, our mental cognition, linear rationality has also been in an aspect to the nodes, and a trine, and a facilitating aspect to the North Node, a sextile, and also an assisting and facilitating aspect to the South Node. On a mental level as well, we have, through this Mercury retrograde process, Mercury stationed in this trine and is moving through this energy over this next couple days, and on the 29th we'll be forming a trine also to Uranus in the sign of Taurus, and this is also about awakening and gaining a greater awareness. So on a mental level, and also this week on like a conscious level, it's very conscious, the breakthroughs that are happening this week in terms of us maybe realizing what we need to move on from, what we need to let go of, and what choice or decision we need to make now to take some action to carry us in this new direction. So, really, both of these components and dynamics are working together, the Mars fueling the sun energy, while the sun energy is simultaneously breaking through these resistances that have kept us bound to that which is no longer working for us. And we are coming to a point where we are just ready to detach. We're very actively creating the future right now. So today, ultimately, this Mars energy being activated, the moon in the sign of Aries as well, ruled by Mars. So it's on the both luminaries. We have the sun, our consciousness coming in the channel of Mars, and then the moon as well in the sign of Aries is likely to have us very fired up. Now, the moon in Aries is also simultaneously forming a conjunction to Chiron. So there could be some issues, some wounds being triggered, or we could be gaining an awareness also about what we need to do to heal from maybe some like deep-seated wounds, or there could be some conversations going on that are enlightening us in some type of way into how we can heal. There could be just themes of a healing process generally going on kind of all over the place today. Even in like the news, social media, like there could be a greater emphasis on wounding, healing, and what is necessary to heal trauma perhaps as well. And we also do have the moon in Aries today forming a square to Mercury in Capricorn. So misunderstandings and miscommunications could be a thing today as well. With this enhanced Mars energy, don't necessarily just like lose your temper over something over the first time you're hearing something. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you double check that you're hearing the story correctly, that you're understanding things correctly before you allow yourself to get like emotionally involved or like upset about something in some type of way. Because with the moon squaring Mercury, this can definitely just bring some type of miscommunication or misunderstanding. But like also the moon in Aries, Mercury in Capricorn, there could be like details or rules or regulations or red tape or authority figures interfering with our ability to pursue and follow our passions or take some action or like launch out on something today, because Mercury in the sign of Capricorn rules authority, leadership, management, bosses, rules, restrictions, also like the fine print, the details. There could just be some like practical logistical stuff, also like even like traffic as well, perhaps like traffic jams or something, interfering with our ability to move forward, to take the action the way that we want to today. And that could definitely be bringing up like internalized frustration. So like blocks, limitations to our progress could be interfering today. But like I keep bringing up, we do still have this Jupiter Sun sextile. So that really is like helping things to go in our favor. This is a lucky aspect. This is a lucky transit. The last video I did, I talked a lot about the Sun and the sextile to Jupiter. And it just has the tendency of helping things to go in our favor, putting us in a better mood, inspiring a sense of internalized confidence in ourselves and in our ability to pursue our goals and to move forward and to get our way about stuff, being more assertive as well. People are likely to be quite assertive today. Nobody's really backing down from a fight for sure in this Mars energy as well. Just a very feisty, fired up energy, people standing their ground, putting their foot down, speaking their mind, not taking no for an answer. This is also not an energy where any type of injustice or like imbalance, lack of harmony, or just manipulative or underhanded, like shady type of behavior, like none of that is really going to do very well in this energy either. And with all this Aquarian energy and the Jupiter and sextile Sun, like really our greatest success is going to come through being guided through this moral compass and standing in our integrity and standing in our honesty and authenticity and our own individual uniqueness as well, and just expanding into that and embodying it and not being afraid to take a risk. This is also very good like deal making and negotiation energy. Deals and stuff like that are coming into fruition now are likely to have a successful outcome as long as we're being respectful to Saturn. Saturn has been in a conjunction to Venus. This is separating right now, but making sure that we've got all the details and that we have everything, you know, very finely tuned and precise. If we've got like all of our I's dotted and all of our T's crossed, there's a good chance that, like I said, the deals, the negotiations, the plans that we're making now are likely to have like a good, successful outcome. Very assertive energy. Like I said, it's also very a very mentalized energy. Lots of mental energy. People could be very conversational, okay, with the sun in Aquarius trining Mars in Gemini. But again, it's likely to be more of these like niche topics and stuff, like meetings of the mind, like people very enthusiastic and fired up and passionate and inspired to talk about their interests and their ongoings and their projects, and like the more what they're passionate about and what they're drawn to right now as well, and also what they're learning, what they're discovering, these personal revelations that we've come to, this awakening, this awareness that we're gaining. Also could be, again, like things to do with healing, that type of stuff. But making plans, making choices, making decisions, negotiations, deals, agreements. Lots of conversations also about what we're going to do next, where we're going to go from here. And like I said, this focus on the past and the future coming into context as well, especially in terms of the past, what we may have recently found out about the past and how that is impacting our choices and decisions moving into the future, the courses of action that we are feeling compelled to take moving into the future. And that being said, let's transition now and talk again about the nodes for a minute. We are in this future forming energy. We are always manifesting and creating the future, but it just seems like it's happening on overdrive sort of right now, and things really are falling into place. A period of reckoning, things coming full circle, things being released and rebalanced with these nodes and this resistance being broken as well. This is likely to be a period of time where we find ourselves finally being able to let go of something that maybe has been lingering or keeping us held back for a very long period of time, as things from the past, like I said, are sort of being like rebalanced and reharmonized and released, and simultaneously readjusted in such a way, realigned and upgraded to shift and redirect the trajectory of the future that we are creating now, in alignment with this new incoming paradigm and the age of Aquarius, as we are moving and transitioning into that. Because, like I always say, you guys, like we are in a shift of the ages right now, like we are transitioning paradigms, but how that happens, as above, so below, we start picking up on these new frequencies that are coming in and the impact that they have on us and how we are operating in terms of our own energy body and the calibration of our own frequency and what we're doing and how we're behaving and how we're acting and how we're conducting ourselves as a result of that. That is how we co-create this new age with God, Spirit, Universe, especially moving into the age of Aquarius, which is an age of self-knowledge and self-mastery and self-awareness. And through the process of gaining this self-awareness and this self-mastery, coming into a place where we have a much better ability to co-create with God and universe and become the water bearer, right? The bearer of the energy that spills from the vessel and creates thriving life around it. We are going through a process individually right now. Universe is compelling us all towards a process of self-actualization, activating our destiny, finding our purpose, stepping into that. And, as a result of that, it creates this energetic vibrational shift in us that over time extrapolates, and voila, we're in the age of Aquarius. But, of course, this is a very long process. This doesn't happen overnight, but this is where we're going, you guys. And when we are having the nodes activating right now, this is the cosmic blueprint, and things are happening to nudge us energetically in this direction. So that's where we're at today. Highly active in terms of the nodes. Like I said, the sun also coming into square over the next couple days with the north and south node, Mercury having been in a trine and a sextile to the north and south nodes, and moving through this energy towards actually a trine with Uranus, which is also ruling the future, the age of Aquarius, and this new awareness and awakening that we are aligning with right now. So So this indicates, one more time, themes of the past and the future, karma, destiny, fated meetings, fated messages, fated encounters playing out all week long. Magic is in the air this week as well, along with electricity and a call to take action and create change coming through as well. Everything basically has been leading up until this moment. It's written in the stars. We're in the times of, really prophecy, you guys. The past couple years, we're come to find that a lot of the things and a lot of the major changes that have been going on had a lot to do with where this moment in time is actually about to take us. And actually, it's not just that. It goes back much, much, much further than that. I feel like as this year plays out, we're going to start to connect some dots and see some things from the past in a radically different light that are directly related to things that are happening now. And I feel like it's just going to shift a lot of things for us and make things start to make a lot more sense. That being said, the position of the Earth today, actually, you guys, is at 7 degrees of Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is the constellations of stars shining brilliantly in the night sky. And we also have Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn right now. That Sabian symbol is a woman reading tea leaves. And again, I feel like this is just sort of like universe giving us the nudge, like it's the cosmic blueprint that's unfolding. We're in this period of time that is being divinely orchestrated, and it is the time when like these prophecies are coming to pass. And I feel like those symbols today specifically are sort of relating to that. We also have Mercury today at 12 degrees of Capricorn. That Sabian symbol is a student of nature lecturing, revealing little known aspects of life. Again, more of this revelation energy. This is Mercury. This is the mind in the trine to the North Node, moving in the trine to Uranus. This is gaining this awareness as well. Revelations, gaining awareness about little known aspects of life, things that we didn't see before. And that's really what all this is about, that is fueling these changes that are taking place. We have Venus today as well at 30 degrees of Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is moonlit fields, once Babylon, are now blooming white. This also to me is about sort of like a reckoning, righting wrongs, restoration of purity, beauty, and truth, inverting the inversion so that things can begin to grow according to a natural and organic order again, instead of being growing through a distorted energetic field. Major part of the recalibration that's underway right now as well. And also the position of the sun today, 7 degrees of Aquarius. A child is seen being born from an eggshell, the birth of something totally new, totally different, maybe something that we've never seen or experienced before, but nonetheless, this is what's happening. This is the direction that we're going, and it's written in the stars. So with the constellations of stars shining brilliantly in the night sky, unfolding according to the brilliant divine plan in its orchestration that is underway right now. So that's what I have to say today, you guys, in terms of the astrology. Probably just one of those days where we are feeling very motivated to pursue something or to make something happen for ourselves. With the square to Mercury, again, there could be these like logistical or regulatory or like practical or 3D physical rules based stuff maybe interfering, slowing down, restricting our ability to move forward. Could be creating a little bit of tension. Kind of want to watch our temper maybe a little bit today with all of this Mars energy as well. But divine alignments, you guys, divine timing, fated messages, encounters, meetings, ideas as well. The ideas, pay attention to your ideas, journaling, notating, just being very present within your own experience and very observant and very tuned into what's going on around you, and paying attention to your intuition, following the hunches that come to you. If you get a gut feeling, that you need to do something or you need to pursue something, pay attention. Taking these risks to follow our passions. Like this is what universe is supporting right now. Even if it might seem scary, it's still the direction that we're going. We are literally, this is also to me about conquering our fears. Like that is what this resistance, I feel like this North Node, Sun, South Node, T-square lining up, Taurus and Scorpio. I feel like that's really like one of the main things that this is sort of about, is coming to a place where we're breaking through resistances, yes, but by conquering our fears that maybe have been holding us back or keeping us out of our own light. You know what I mean? And that, again, it's that Taurus, Scorpio dimension of things. The fear-based mentality to the faith-based mentality, and trusting the divine plan and the divine vision, and trusting in yourself and your abilities and your potential and all of that. So that is where this energy is trying to take us, and it's trying to show us how much we actually can trust ourselves. That actually, I feel like, was a lot about what this Mars retrograde that we just went through had to do with as well, taking us on a journey to sort of destroy some of our self-delusions, essentially, that kept us from being able to trust ourselves and be able to take these risks that universe is calling us towards right now. Let's transition now. Let's talk about the tarot for a minute, you guys. Interesting message coming out today, and it has a lot to do actually with what I was just talking about in terms of conquering our fears. It's to me like what this message is essentially saying to us. The first card that we had coming out is Temperance in reverse, followed by the Hierophant in reverse, followed by the Tower in reverse. Then we've got the Seven of Cups upright, the Five of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Cups upright, the Page of Cups in reverse. On the back of the deck, we've got the Devil and the Sun in reverse. So this is a lot of cards right here, but honestly, like, to me, this is kind of like, I'm reading this in pretty simple terms according to a pretty simple message, which again is us. Eight of Cups in the context of all of these cards and all of these reversals right here. We're moving away. We're turning our back from the self-doubt, and we're turning our back from the things that we'd been bound to, this devil energy that had been keeping us out of our light. And that is really, I feel like what this message is kind of boiling down to. And, with this Chiron influence today, like, we may be being triggered. There may be some like addictions or some past issues that are sort of coming up over this next couple of days when the sun is coming into the square with the nodes. We may find ourselves sort of like, again, like face to face with some of these demons from the past that may be, trying to lure us back into their stranglehold over us. But what we're going to discover, I feel like, as we go through this process is, number one, we're not as afraid of them as we used to be. Number two, we are realizing that they don't actually have the power over us that they used to have. And number three, that we no longer need what they have to offer us. It's no longer worth the trade. Like, it's no longer, there's no longer like a perceived reciprocal value to whatever it was that may have been offered to us in the past that we felt was valuable enough for us to attach ourselves to it. So, and as a result of that, it is going to restore a lot of the other areas in our lives that may have been off balance or out of balance as well, while we were kind of more immersed perhaps in our own darkness and not as aware of our own light. Because that's another thing, when we're in this South Node in Scorpio energy, when we're in this fear-based place, we can't see our own light to the same extent, and we're looking for it externally, we're seeking it externally. But once we've come to the place where we are ready to detach from this energy and we are beginning to discover this light within us, this gold within us, this value within us, this potential opportunity within us, it really is going to restore us on like a lot of different levels. So that's kind of how I'm reading all of these cards that we have coming out today. Major changes going on. We need to not be resisting the changes as they're coming in right now. We are also moving away from a place of indecision or where we felt like it may have been a risk to make a decision. And all of this is simultaneously us conquering our fears and us rediscovering the light within us. So that's what I feel like the tarot cards are saying today, the tarot message that came out for us as well. Let's grab one more card now, you guys. God, Spirit, Universe, what is a piece of advice that we need to go throughout this day today, or that can benefit us? What is it good for us to know? It says sort your friends, you guys. So this also, with all this air energy, this could definitely be all this social relating energy, interaction energy, and the nodes also being implicated. This could definitely be something that we're dealing with right now, really. And the Aquarius also, like, making sure that we are aligned with the resonance, the vibration, the individuals, the situations that are really a match for us. It says, he that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind. Proverbs 11:29. Your house is your mind. Fill your mind only with thoughts of harmony, health, peace, joy, and goodwill. Likewise, choose only those friends who embody those same sorts of ideals. So this is talking about the like matching like, the meetings of the mind, the house being the mind, and this resonance principle that we have going on right now so strongly. Having negative thoughts and negative friends is not the road you wish to take. Be discriminating. This is also that Aquarius energy. Sort out your thoughts and sort out your friends. You already know the answer to this. And yeah, like that's kind of, what we've been talking about this whole entire time, not necessarily in the context of relationships, but we also know Uranus right now in the sign of Taurus, this is partnerships, this is relationships, this is interpersonal dynamics. Mars in the sign of Gemini, this is also interpersonal dynamics and friendships and our associations and stuff like that, the encounters that we're having. So that's where we're at, you guys. Again, like it is this period of endings and beginnings, things coming full circle, wrapping things up and graduating from one phase of experience to another phase of experience that we are in the process of actually actively creating the trajectory of right now based on the choices and the decisions and where our mindset is, and also the belief factor, what we are believing is possible for ourselves and how we are viewing ourselves and the extent of the value that we're discovering within us now as well, how worthy we feel of the future path that we wish to create for ourselves. So sort your friends. That is the advice that we have today, you guys. Message from the stars, message from the cards. Hope you guys liked it. I hope there was a little bit of something in there for you. If you guys did like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, you guys, share it with your friends if you think they would like this kind of content, be interested in this type of astrology as well. Leave me comments, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so grateful for all of you. I really, really appreciate you. I love knowing how this energy is affecting you. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. I have a Facebook page, a Facebook group, an Instagram, and some other social media stuff in my description box below if you guys are interested in any of that. I write a blog over there every day as well that goes along with these videos. I also post shorter content over there. And come back with me tomorrow, you guys. We are going to have a video of the weekend. We're going to have more of this Mars Sun trine building energy. We're going to have more of this nodal energy going on. We've got Venus entering the sign of Pisces this weekend. Energetic shift there, lots to talk about. I'll be here. You should be here too. You don't want to miss it. Have a beautiful day, everybody. And until next time, bye guys.